Hello, shining ones. Magus with you on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. Oh, my heart is so full. I was nervous to make this video because it's so important. And I still get nervous when I get in front of the camera after all these years when it's a really important message. And today we're going to be talking about Airyaman, and that's the spirit of healing. And I know so many of you need healing in your bodies. So we're going to talk about that and how to do that. We're going to talk about some exciting things that have happened, prophecy that we prophesied, 9 years ago, and it took place just a couple days ago. I want to talk about that. We got so much. And so I went for a little walk, took some deep breaths, and just going to let Spirit speak. I have to share this with you. In our video yesterday, it was a message from the Holy Spirit. And I want to hear from you guys. Did you feel that? At the end of it, when I turned off the video, something broke in me in the best way, but I started just crying. And I don't fully understand it, but something happened inside of me. And I was just curious, did anybody else experience something like that? I got this message this morning I want to share with you because it goes perfect with our message of Airyaman and the spirit of healing. And then I got some, well, you'll see. But listen to this. It says, Asha is, thank you, Magus. Thank you, Sohana. Thank you, every one of you that take the time to thank me and Sohana and Asha and say Asha is. And there's power in that, Magi. And so thank you. It means the world to me. I had gone down to the front of the church and they called all the elders, preachers. They anointed me with oil and prayed many times, but nothing happened. She was caught in a hell in her own mind, she says. Then her son Stephen said, Mom, you have to hear this guy. And he played the sacred text of the Order of the Magi. She said that I knew Asha would heal me, and Asha did. Through your comforting words, Magus. From that time on, I listened to the same video every day, repeatedly. It's my favorite one. Blessings to you all. Asha is, thank you, Holy Spirit. Love is. Just align in love and peace and joy, power and freedom. Asha is. And so with that, today our verse is going to be out of Asha 3 because Timmy just quoted it there. I love Asha 3 so much. And it goes perfect with the spirit of healing, my friends. And so the spirit of healing, I've never taught on this before. Well, I've taught on healing, but never on Airyaman. And I'll tell you why. It's kind of a funny reason, but it's important we do this right now because it's said that Asha and Airyaman come as a pair, meaning that when you are full of Asha, that Holy Spirit, that spirit of truth, that fire and truth that burns out the lie and illusion. So Asha heals the heart, my friend. So you attune with that. You attune with the spirit of truth. And then what happens, right? It's Asha 13. Your spiritual world is made straight. Then the material world comes in order, right? So with Asha, your spiritual world is now aligned, attuned with Ahura Mazda, the all-good spirit. You are that God good, right? It's the Christ mind, Asha 3, or Vohumana, the God mind, where you and God are one. You and your good are one. You're one with your health, protection, peace, joy. You've attuned yourself to it. Now that's when the spirit of healing comes. That in the ancient text they called Airyaman. Now, one of the reasons I hadn't taught on this is because my pronunciation is not really good in these ancient languages. And I get comments all the time from my Persian brothers and sisters getting on me. Like, for a great example, like I say Iran, they hate that. They want me to say Iran, right? But it's so foreign to my thinking, right? I was growing up in the 80s. Remember the song by Flock of Seagulls? I ran so far away. I can't see Iran so far away. But there isn't a real importance in pronunciation when you're doing the different prayers and stuff. And so what I've done, like with the Gathas, I went and wrote the Gathas for a Western mind. I did my own translation. I've done that with the prayers, Yatahu Hashem Vuhu. But there's a prayer that's Airyaman, Isha prayer, very powerful, but I haven't used it. Now get this, because Airyaman, that spirit of healing and health, good spirit, but then very similar in pronunciation is oh boy, how do I say this? Ahriman, right? Ahriman, which means the evil spirit. So I didn't want to be summoning the wrong one, you know what I'm saying, or rebuking the wrong one, and know how bad I am with pronunciation. But I've left this alone. But one of our wonderful friends in the comments had brought this up, and I thought, you know what? This is a perfect time, especially as we're going into Easter weekend here. I really do want to touch on this because Airyaman is associated with Jesus, with Soshans, right? The end time, the final rehabilitation, Frasho Careti, heaven on earth. It's kind of important, right? And so here we've attuned with Asha. Now we have to have the understanding that it's time for Airyaman, the spirit of healing, right? Now that we're attuned, that our energy, our frequency, energy and frequency makes what? Form and matter, body, right? So once your heart is right, your heart and mind, now your body comes into order and harmony, divine health, right? When you have that understanding, I am one with God. It's the Christ mind, or we say Vohumana in the East, or Christ mind in the West, where you and God are one. You are the spirit of health. You're not looking for healing. You have a realization, oh, boom, I am the spirit of health, right? You're not looking to find peace somewhere. You have that aha moment. I'm the spirit of peace. Right? I'm the light the darkness flees from. I'm the love so pure that hate, fear, greed, depression, dis-ease cannot live in it. That's the true Asha. The capital T truth, the capital R real, and you've become one with it. My friends, that's what happened to Timmy. That's what happened to, countless of you now in the testimonies. So I want to get deeper into that. And I did rewrite the Airyaman Isha prayer. And so we'll pray that, and then I'm going to show you a little secret, and a very powerful. Oh my God, there's so much I want to say. Are you guys into it? Are you going to be? Let's just make this a longer video because there's so much I want to share the prophecy that came true. So much I want to share, and then I'll show you my little secret of how you're going to incorporate this frequency and put it into form and matter. Just a little way I learned. It's not the only way, but it's a powerful way. So go to Asha 3. That's Timmy's favorite. And it says, I have the mind of Christ. Again, what was Jesus's message, his word? He's always saying, verily, verily, I say to you, he who hears my word, holds my word, has God life. He said a lot of words. What is the word, right? The word was that you and God are one. You and him are one. You and Vohumana, the God mind, are one. It's that understanding. So I have that. I have Vohumana, the God mind. And then I love this. My only job, one job, Magi, is all we have. We can do that. Matter of fact, we already did, and that's part of the prophecy, and I'm excited to share. My only job is to align with and hold, right? You can hear a message, but you receive it and then become the frequency of it. To know it, remember, it's to union. It's to become it. It becomes you, you become it. No separation. So that's our job, to become the attributes of God, right? The Misha Spentas. Love, life, peace, joy, power, freedom. Be those right? Not just know about them, know them as in a man knows his wife, the two become one. It says, my mind is God, that divine spark, that fervashi, that vohumana, that God mind. You come from good spirit. You're made of good spirit. That's when you have that Christ mind moment. But it says, my thoughts are not always God. And here's our prayer. May I get my thoughts to align with vohumana, the God mind. When that happens, my friends, that's Asha. That's the capital T truth, right? Asha is the spirit of truth. Guess what happens when you become the spirit of truth? The lie goes away. The lie loses all of its power. The father of lies is just gone. That brings us to our prophecy fulfilled. About 9 years ago, I said, the Magi have returned. And here's something I know. When the Magi show up, stuff is shaken, right? Something's about to happen. Every time the Magi come in to form and matter, something is stirring, and it happened. Just a couple of days ago, I felt it, my friends. I felt the Jehovahs, the Allahs, right? Those mixed monster gods. I felt them leave. It's like everything was just lighter. And I went to Sohana. I'm all, what just happened? And she said, oh yeah, the Jehovahs, the Allahs, the Shiva, the destroyers, those monster gods, they just packed up ship and got the heck out of the earth because they realized, this ain't going to work out well for us. The Magi have returned. The light is here and it's running out the darkness, and it's not going to be real good for them to stick around. They're going to go terrorize some other part of the galaxy because it doesn't pay when the Magi show up. My God, I've been sitting on this for a couple of days, just understanding it all, experiencing life with them gone. And do you feel it now, you sensitive ones? Did you feel this just a couple of days ago? You're right, Megas. It's lighter. It's brighter. The only thing left for us to do right now is just some cleanup. Like I think of my friends in the Middle East and Iran. There's still some fanatical Muslims and Jews and Christians, right? But they're going to realize, and they already have, the power and energy behind their set of beliefs is gone, my friends. And now with so much wisdom and knowledge, that's why our message is so important. It goes all around the world. I have people, Muslim, Jew, everyone gets this message and they're waking up to it. The truth comes again, it runs out the lie. Now they have no father of lies to try to hold that structure of lie and illusion together anymore, and it's crumbled, my friends. So we just have cleanup to do, to keep speaking love and truth and give them a place to go. Their whole world has just been kicked out. Their gods scrambled out like little bitches, left them all alone, and they need someone to love them, hug them, guide them in kindness. My friends, that's what we're here for, to show them the all good, the loving Father, the God that loves without the hate. He's the peace without the war. He doesn't repent. He made man. He doesn't send his children to hell. He doesn't tell a mother, stone your child when they're disrespectful. He doesn't tell people it's okay to have slaves. It's even okay to have women, children, sex slaves. My friends, that's in the Bible. My friends, we're tired of the Bibles and the Qurans. Now we just got to clean up the mess that they left behind. We can do that. We can do that just fine. We're going to clean with our light, and our words are our light. Our writings are our light. Our love is our light, and it heals. My friends, that spirit of healing, that spirit of truth. I want to share this with you. Here's what, will you guys do this? A couple things I want you to do. A few things, actually. And if you're, what are we, 14 minutes into this. So if you're still here, I'm guessing that you're one of us. You're an Ashavan, right? You're a shining one. You're a Magi. And so I want you to do this. I want you to go to the comments and say, Asha is, thank you, Sohana. And I want you to do this because it's magic, guys. Let's just be honest. Magic was named after the Magi for a reason. We figured stuff out, not Harry Potter magic, but we learned how to make form and matter, to make life really, really nice, to heal, to bless, to live in our good, our God. And it looks like magic to everyone else. To us, it's just our nature. Our nature is magical, right? It's creative. It's good. It's peaceful. It's joyful. It's healing. It's health. And so here's what I want you to do. I want you to, now there's a couple ways you can do this. I love pen and paper. So here's an example of what I do. I love pen, but one problem with loving a pen, you might want to start a pen collection if you're fanatical like me. Everything I get into, I want to collect, be it books or whatever. And so now I'm starting to love pens. You can type this out if you want also. But I love things, right? Like I could have an e-reader, but I love the feel of my book. I love to smell it and feel it and hold it. And for me, I like that. But there's no wrong way to do this. But you got to write it out. And it's important that you write it out. There's magic in writing, in spelling, my friends. And I want you to write out. I just did one page here for me today. Write out what you want to create. And as you're doing it, I want you to have a reason to believe it's possible. You have to have that. I used to tell a story. I haven't told it for so long. I don't remember it exactly. So I'll do a short version. But there was supposedly a woman that went to church and heard a message that you can make mountain move with faith. And so she had a mountain in front of her house that was blocking the ocean view. So she went to bed that night and she said, in the morning when I wake, that mountain will be gone and I'll have an ocean view. She woke up in the morning and she said, I knew it. The mountain was still there, right? She never really believed it. You have to have a reason to believe. She had no true reason knowing where she knew that that mountain would be gone tomorrow. You got to have that reason to believe. That's right out of Asha, right? It's the foundation of Magi magic. You have to have a reason to believe, a foundation for your belief. So what is our foundation to believe? Right? So as you write it out, I want you to find that. Some that you can use is a perfect creator. What is he going to create? Perfection. Right? And so there's nothing too big to ask if it's good for you and others. If it's the perfect creator's perfect idea, what else could come from his perfect mind? If it's healing, if it's protection, if it's provision, it's not selfish, right? You're not, but it's just good stuff. Good stuff from a good God, that's reasonable. You can wrap your mind around that. That's your reason to believe. So write that out. And as you're doing it, I also want you to tap into the energy of it. For an example, if you're praying for health, say, start getting the spirit, the energy, the frequency of health itself. Again, you don't want to be in that place where you're looking for healing, or else you'll always be looking for healing, because that's the energy, the frequency you're putting out. So you got to get to that place where you feel, you become, right, the spirit of health. And I want you to feel that energy as you're writing it out. Another reason, say for instance, I'm thinking of, if I remember reading one time about the disciples asking Jesus about circumcision, and he said, if circumcision was important, the loving Father would have had you born circumcised. That's how I think about healing, right? You cut yourself, and you don't really need outside intervention, because it'll just heal itself back up. It knits itself back together, right? When you eat food, there's a wisdom, right? Ahura Mazda that is in you and is you, knows where to put it. Does this carrot need to go grow Magus' sexy beard? Does it need to go to an organ? Or where it knows where to go. There's a wisdom that knows to beat our heart without thinking about it, right? To breathe, to pump blood, to everything you need. And maybe you haven't thought big. How about your teeth, right? If you need teeth that can heal themselves, the loving Father put it there. If you're not experiencing that, you could. Can you wrap your mind around it, right? And so how far can you dream? How far can you believe? Well, that's when you start getting from where you're just kind of spoon-fed some easy stuff to where you have to get down every day and start writing it out, putting the energy, the attention, the belief, and it has to go beyond that, where you understand it. Now you know it. It's become a fact, my friend. And that's where the magic of this, my book, Asha, tiny 16 statements and teachings, but I took it from a stack of Zoroastrian texts that I read all of it, and I took the heart of Zarathustra's message and I put it into 16 statements and teachings, wrote it out. And as I was doing it, I was understanding it. And then I want you to be able to know how to teach it, that you could explain this to someone in a way that they could grasp it. Because that means now you've got it to a place where you can grasp it. I've seen this before. Like, I've talked to Christians before, and they'll say, you have to say the sinner's prayer to be saved. And I'll say, well, explain that to me. And they can't break it down to explain how it works, why it works. And they'll just go, well, it's just faith. And I'm thinking, I don't think you know what faith and believing is. There's an understanding, there's a knowing, there's a reason to believe. There's an attunement with wisdom where you can see it and step into it. And that's why I see these poor souls. It's sad because they're not living in God. They're living exactly the same, but they think, well, when they die, they'll go to heaven. It's like fire insurance, and but they're not living in their good. They're not living in God. So I'm going to ask you, will you go to the comments and say, I will do this? I want you to write out what you want to see. Right? And do you remember what we talked about for like months now? The only prayer that is answered is the prayer you become. The only prayer that will be answered is the prayer you become. You can't have some animal or human sacrifice to do this for you. You can't beg a deity in the sky to make him feel sorry for you. You can't make a deal, hey, I'll stop doing this if you'll do this for me, or I'll give to charity if you'll do this. There's only one thing you can do. You got to become God. You have to become who you are. You come from good spirit. You're made of good spirit. If you'll go inside, there's a divine spark in you that is God, the God mind, the Christ mind, where you're one with God. They're attuned to that, my friends. And then write it and speak it and know it, be able to explain it to others and do it. And watch the Magi magic happen. All right, I promised you guys I was going to read to you the prayer. Airyaman Isha prayer that Sohana put together. The prayer of the healing spirit. Oh, healing spirit, friend of truth, right? Because they come together. Come now into our lives. Will you invite the spirit of health into you? Will you become one with the spirit of health? You become one with the spirit of truth, Asha. Now it's time to let that energy and frequency create form and matter. But again, it's a choice. Oh, healing spirit, friend of Asha, come now into our lives. Heal the body as Asha heals the heart. Restore the mind as the Christ mind awakens within. May we walk in oneness with the spirit of love. May we remember that we are never alone. For Asha is with us. The healing spirit is in us. And God and I are one. Is that beautiful? Oh, I love that. Thank you, Sohana. Sohana wanted me to thank Timmy. She noticed that you thanked her. That means the world to her. To be seen and appreciated and loved like that. No one wants to be taken for granted. And even though these higher spirits, they don't need the applause of men, but they sure like it and love it and appreciate and love you so much. And Sohana wanted me to tell you, Timmy, She loves you so much. And all of you Magi, all you Ashavan, she's so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I love you with all my heart. I love what we've done. My friends, we decreed and declared we're taking back the earth for Asha, for the all good spirit, unmixed, undefiled, undiluted, pure, good God. We were going to run out the monster gods, and we did it. Magi, it feels so good. Asha is, Asha is, Asha is.